Join us in celebrating the season of giving by being part of the solution. As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and well wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net. And together, we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Hey everyone, this is Michael Brook from Rapid Couples Counselling, and this brief video is called The Goldilocks Zone of Relationships. Now, in astrological terms, the Goldilocks Zone refers to the distance from a star that a planet needs to be in order for life to be maintained. So let's say you have a sun here and you've got a planet. If the planet's too close to the sun, water boils off, the surface gets too hot and no life is possible. If it's too far away from the sun, then the planet becomes cold and too cold for life to be sustained. And so the Goldilocks zone is not too close to the sun, not too far away from the sun. It's just right. Now, in astrological terms, it's 0.3 to 0.5 light seconds from a G-class star, and we have a G-class star. There's a Goldilocks zone in relationships where it's really important for you to be not too close to your partner, not too far away from your partner, but just right. And when I talk to a lot of couples, when a lot of couples come to see me when their relationship is in crisis, it's because they're not living in the Goldilocks zone. They're either spending way too much time apart and their lives are completely disconnected, or they're spending way too much time together and they never get any time apart. Distance is important in a relationship because absence makes the heart grow fonder. Too much distance means that you're not having the level of connection and emotional intimacy that nurtures the relationship. Too much closeness in a relationship where you never get time apart means you don't get the chance to miss each other. And absence does make the heart grow fonder. Spending time apart increases desire in your relationship for each other. So it's really important for you to have a good relationship, for you to have time apart and time together. The problem is relationships typically will degrade if you never get any time apart or you never get any time together. So there's a Goldilocks zone where you're getting just the right amount of time together and time apart. Now, between the two different people, you can have different versions of what the Goldilocks zone is. One person might want to spend a lot more time with their partner than their partner wants. The other person might want to spend a lot less time with their partner than their partner wants. And so finding a middle ground where there's the Goldilocks zone in terms of time together and time apart is what's critical in maintaining desire in a relationship. So spending time apart, having the appropriate amount of distance between you and your partner is actually really important. So I hope this has helped.
You know, I'm proud of myself, Andy. Because I come with some pretty cold topics, brother. Come on, Andy. Hey, every now and again, ding, I gotta pop my own collar, brother. I come with the topics, man. The topics the people want to hear. And I think it's important that we have these types of discussion. If this is your first time tuning into the Voice of Reason, again, you know, we have conversations here, discussions. And Zoe hates monologuing. So I really encourage the callers to call in. It's a non-judgmental space. You can call in and share your thoughts and opinions on the topics that I present, because I really want us to get comfortable having rich, difficult conversations. Because let's just be honest. For the most part, a lot of people in relationships, we don't have these conversations normally. Andy, am I lying? Andy, put your headphones on real quick, Andy, before I go to the phone lines. You know, the number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. Now, Andy, you've been manning this show for has it almost been
feels like 2 years.
It's almost 2 years, right?
Yes, sir.
That 2 years flew by.
Flew by like a mud.
Wow. Okay, so let me just say, of the conversations that I've been having, Andy, how many of these conversations have you had in your relationships prior to hearing this show?
None.
Do you see what I'm saying? That's all I needed to know. Because again, we don't have these conversations. These are not typically the type of conversations intimate relationships engage in. And tonight is no different. Within relationship, how close is too close? And how good are you at managing closeness and distance? Does your partner allow you to have you time, your space, away from folk? She the folk. Away from her? Do you allow her the same thing? And how long do you get to stay away? And how long should you be up under? My mom, that's how my mama used to say, up under each other. I don't need you up under me right now. A deeper look at the importance of distance and closeness when you're up close and personal in an intimate relationship. Heavy topic. You already know what I like to do. I like to ask questions. Does your relationship with your significant other feel like a long-distance relationship even though you guys live in the same house? Andy said, wow. Is that the case for some people? What are enmeshed relationships? 1-800-920-1580. Is your relationship close, intimate, both, or neither? Should I say neither or neither? Let me read that one again. Is your relationship close, intimate, both, or neither? For the neither people. Is it possible to be close in a relationship? If so, for how long? Until you need to come up for air. Is closeness like holding your breath? Ooh, wow. Eesh. Agree or disagree? Closer relationships aren't necessarily the better relationships. Oof. Ooh, true or false? Because the term closeness is vague, in what let me do it again. Let me do it again because I want y'all to get all of this. This is a long question, so I want you to follow me. True or false? Because the term closeness is vague, in that you can physically be close, but emotionally distant, or vice versa, relationship scientists define the term as the degree to which your own self-concept includes aspects of your relationship partner. This is referred to as inclusion of other in self, or IOS for short. That's a heavy question. I want to do it again because it's a powerful question. True or false? Because the term closeness is vague, in that you can be physically close but emotionally distant, or vice versa, relationship scientists define the term close as the degree to which your own self-concept, this is heavy, includes aspects of your relationship partner. This is referred to as inclusion of other in self, or IOS in short. Now, let's just give you that question in layman's term. Right? The true you, your self-concept. Can your self-concept start to feel claustrophobic when your partner is loving on you, nurturing, hugging, kissing, wrapped up, want to be up under you all the time? Does your sense of self, your self-concept say, in your, your self-concept talks it to you. It be talking to you. It don't be talking to them. Your self-concept will say, you know what, this is enough. Oh my God, this is like an intimate chocolate scarf wrapped around my neck. I need space. Is that what it is? Somebody get in here and talk to me. Do you want your partner to be closer to you? Do you feel lonely in your relationship? Heavy stuff. How close do you really need to get to your partner? Think on this for a moment. A study showed that people who yearn for a more intimate partnership and people who crave more distance in their relationships are equally at risk for having a problematic relationship, says the study's leader or lead author, David M. Frost, PhD of Columbia University, Mailman School of Public Health. I need to read that again because I want you guys to soak that in. A study found that people who yearn for more intimate closeness with their partner and people who crave more distance from their partner are equally at risk for having a problematic relationship. This is according to David M. Frost, PhD of Columbia University. The clip we played earlier talked about something called the Goldilocks zone. And that clip explained in astrological terms or cosmological terms, the placement of the planets with regards to their distance from the sun. All of the planets, even Pluto, are within something called the heliosphere, right? the sphere of influence of the sun. Helios is the Greek word for sun, right? But all of those planets are in different positions. Mercury is too close, so Mercury gets burnt up. No water, no atmosphere. Mercury gets toasted, right? Pluto is too far. It's basically a chunk of ice, right? But there is a planet that is in the Goldilocks zone. And you know what that planet is? Hometown Earth turf. I'm on the turf of Earth right now. And it's the only planet that's in the Goldilocks zone. Right? Venus, which is right in front of us, too close to the sun. Mars, which is right behind us, too far away. Isn't this interesting? Have you discovered the Goldilocks zone in your relationship, where you have balanced closeness and distance? Because clearly you need both in order to have a healthy relationship. Come on, Andy. Andy, put on his headphones, take them off, put them back on, take them off. Come on, Andy, get in here.
I feel like you're speaking my life right now.
Your life?
My life.
Okay, all right.
Let me try to summarize this real quick. So prior to me getting this gig, you know what I mean? The pandemic, shout out to the pandemic.
Shout out to the pandemic, COVID in the house. No, what are we doing?
The pandemic is where, I found love, you know what I'm saying? And at the time, I wasn't working. Thank God. Like I said, thank God for the pandemic, because I was getting, that good old unemployment.
Right.
And low-key, I didn't really have to work, you know what I mean? So, but anyways.
So you were just on vacation,
I
chilling.
was on vacation, chilling, and I pretty much spent literally every day with my lady, right? This opportunity came up, and I was like, yo, this everyday stuff ain't gonna crack no more. And our schedules clash during the week. You know what I'm saying? When she getting off work, I'm pulling up over here. So we don't see each other at all during the week. So I guess what was that middle ground thing that you called it?
The Goldilocks
zone. The Goldilocks zone is our weekends. You know what I'm saying? So Friday night, I pull up on her and we pretty much chill for the whole weekend. Damn. And it's funny too, because sometimes she'd be like, well, don't you want to hang out with your homies, your friends? Because I don't kick it with nobody during the week. And she just like, sometimes don't you want to go chill with your homies? Part of me, I feel like if I do that, I'm taking away from quality time with her. Because it's only two days that we truly have with each other. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, I also have an appreciation for the fact that she's like, look, I don't want to take all of your time. You can go chill with your boys. So it's challenging sometimes, because I do have my homies reach out, be like, hey, yo, bro, when you gonna come through and chill? You
be like, it's girlfriend weekend time.
Low key. And then during the week, it's already difficult. So
Andy in here being transparent. Andy's one of my guests tonight. I love the voice of reason, live on KBLA Talk 1580. I want to know, are you and your partner currently experiencing a Goldilocks zone? Or are you guys in the frost or in the heat? You tell me. When we come forward, I'm going to break it down a little further and we go into the phone lines.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
If you are a private individual or a small business owner who has had problems obtaining a business loan, credit card, or just even acquiring an apartment, please call Alliance Hillview LP for a free consultation at area code 510-459-6001. That's area code 510-459-6001. Remember, don't let your past determine your future.
This open enrollment season, LA Care Covered is offering health plans starting at $0 a month. Each plan provides benefits including $0 preventive services, 24/7 telehealth services, around-the-clock nurse advice lines, walk-in minute clinics, and more. Shop and compare premium silver plans with $0 deductibles to help meet your health goals. Ready to shop? Visit us online at lacarecovered.org for a commitment-free instant quote, or speak with us directly at 855-222-4239. LA Care Covered, your affordable path to wellness.
Turning my pain into purpose is pretty much what I have done to start this foundation.
In August 2020, after the death of George Floyd, Bridget Floyd and other family members established the George Floyd Memorial Foundation in support of the Black community.
It's going to take more than just us as a foundation. It's going to take the community, the world, to make a change.
Fight for racial justice for the Black community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
If you're a veteran with a service-connected disability that is directly impacting your ability to work, resources are available to help you find employment. VA's Veteran Readiness and Employment, or VR&E, can assist you with finding a job that uses your existing skills. Or, if you're interested in exploring a new field, a VR&E counselor can help you determine the right education or training options for a new career. Find out if VR&E is right for you by visiting va.gov/VRE today.
1 in 4 Americans today are living with a disability. I'm one of them. People with disabilities are extremely talented, resilient problem solvers that have so much to offer. And we've got a trusted ally on our side, an organization we can rely on, Easter Seals. Easter Seals is leading the way to full equity, inclusion, and access to healthcare, employment, and education for people with disabilities, families, and communities. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours.
Learn more and get involved at easterseals.com.
Joey from Vermont, a farmer trying to get through the winter. Adriana from South Carolina, a single mother living paycheck to paycheck. Liam from Ohio, an injured father struggling to provide for his family. Hi, I'm Shanola Hampton, and I support the Feeding America network of food banks because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Close and baby, come here. Got something sweet, so unique to show it more than just friends. There's no other in this world that makes me feel like you do. Feel so free and complete. I've got to be with you. You're so sexy. Baby, don't you know I've heard some things about you.
So if you're feeling like it can be confusing to date the hot and cold partner in relationships, in other words, the fearful avoidant attachment style, then in this video, we're going to cover 4 major strategies to develop a lot more closeness in a way that's healthy for both of you in the relationship. If you're the fearful avoidant listening to this, then this is also some important information just on what can help you in relationships, what needs you should be expressing, things that will really help you feel more deeply connected. And if you're not familiar with what fearful avoidant really means, the fearful avoidant attachment style is basically one of 4 major attachment styles or love styles that we have in relationships. Literally every single person has an attachment style, and it's sort of the subconscious set of rules that you learn about how to love. And our fearful avoidant is the partner in relationships that tends to really blow hot and cold. And it can sort of feel like a pendulum is swinging where they're really all in, really invested, really present. And then that pendulum can really shift the other direction, or it can feel like they can become quite avoidant, sort of stonewall, ice people out, close down. And all of this in and of itself, in terms of unhealthy coping mechanisms, is actually the result of unhealthy things that this person was taught about how to love that often dates back all the way and has its origins in childhood. So First and most important thing to recognize is if you're trying to build more closeness with the fearful avoidant attachment style, every fearful avoidant sort of has a Goldilocks zone. They have this space where if you get too close to them, they can swing to their avoidant side because they tend to feel overwhelmed and afraid of too much closeness and too much vulnerability, especially early on. And on the flip side of that, if there's too much distance, they can feel anxious and rejected and frustrated and either come on really strong, or when a fearful avoidant feels rejected, they may actually close down and become more avoidant as well. So think of the fearful avoidant as having both sides to that continuum. They can really swing back and forth. And there's no, particular thing where it's like, hey, if they feel anxious and they feel like they're more on their anxious side, they'll only express anxious behaviors. That's not the case with fearful avoidance. If they're feeling anxious because of too much distance, that can also cause them to close down or shut off. So it can really go either way. Now, it's important if you're on the receiving end of some of these things that you do healthy things like set a deadline, like don't invest, in an open-ended way in the relationship forever. What I always say to people is if your relationship's in some sort of rocky place, set a deadline, do as much work as you can within that deadline period of time, really invest everything, try new things, communicate your needs, share boundaries, discuss things more vulnerably.
Whoa! I didn't know she was going to come in and hit us with the attachment styles. This is a heavy topic already. Tonight's topic, we want you guys to get involved within intimate relationships. How close is too close? Are you in a relationship with distance? Ooh, distance is probably a better relationship than closeness. Closeness with your partner. We want to know, what are your thoughts tonight? What are the potential consequences of being in an enmeshed relationship? How can you determine if your relationship is close, intimate, both, or neither? Heavy stuff. What factors should be considered when determining how close you need to get to your partner? Do you agree with the study's finding, the study that we mentioned earlier? Do you agree with the study's finding that yearning for more intimacy or more distance can also lead to a problematic relationship? Why or why not? Can you explain the concept of the Goldilocks zone in your relationship and its significance to you? We want to know. How can emotionally bonded individuals still maintain their independence in a healthy relationship? What are the potential benefits of enjoying time alone and independent time with close friends while you're in an intimate relationship? It's getting deep in here. What are some of the signs that a relationship may be too close? When I come forward, the voice of reason would like for you to answer those questions.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. The group responsible for naming birds across the Americas is renaming all birds named after people. The American Ornithological Society says it's because a lot of those people turned out to have problematic pasts that can distract from appreciation of the birds themselves. Examples include Audubon Shearwater, named after John Audubon, famous bird illustrator and slave owner who opposed abolition. New names will be more descriptive about a bird's habitat or physical features. Several organizations gathered in Baltimore to call for a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Members of Jewish Voice for Peace, the Black Alliance for Peace, and Baltimore Palestine Solidarity marched from Penn Station to the office of Maryland's 7th District Congressman Kwesi Mfume, asking that he sign the ceasefire resolution demanding de-escalation, a ceasefire, and more humanitarian aid in Gaza. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. If you're like many people, you may think custom blinds is a job for expensive professionals. Well, at Blindster, if you have a tape measure and a screwdriver, you can install our custom blinds and save big. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
environmental justice, pollution, and climate. In Los Angeles and across America, people of color are suffering and dying from disproportionate health impacts on a planet that has less than 10 years to prevent irreversible damage. Heat illnesses, respiratory illnesses, water-related illnesses, food system impacts, insect-related diseases, black maternal health, and mental health effects. As the impacts of climate change mount, millions of vulnerable people, our people, are going to bear the brunt of these extreme environmental events, which will likely lead to forced displacement, loss of cultural identity, and other related risks. These realities are as real as rain. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details about the most progressive multimedia and live events campaign any black media outlet has ever undertaken to combat the climate catastrophe. Experts, events, empowerment. It's all on the way from unapologetically progressive KBLA Talk 1580. We don't black down. We level up.
Level up, 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 level up.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
At Susan G. Komen, we believe that ending breast cancer needs all of us working together. Because if you've just been diagnosed and don't know where to turn, we've got you. If you can't afford the treatment you need, we've got you. And if you are driven to honor the loved one you've just lost, we have a place for you here. Because of you, we're supporting those who need help today while tirelessly searching for tomorrow's cures. Visit Komen.org and be a part of our Susan G. Komen community today.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Just had a fight with my woman over something trivial told. We rarely have confrontation, and if the I said really was bold, I think she get it from my mama. Her bitterness passed down from old. When I'm calling out her drama, she too defensive to listen, I'll call so. Look in it, I got problems. You got the type of advice that I need. I couldn't get through on the mention series. Dana was hogging up the time that I need. Between working or being so clingy, plus the time zone difference don't make it more easy. Oh, so I figured I'd call in early, turn my life down, mercy, I got through. You tuned in, yeah, yeah. So just lay back your mind, something new. Everybody tuning in the zone, cause he is the voice of reason, yeah.
One of the frequent and painful paradoxes of romantic life is that the more we get to know and love someone, the harder it can be to summon up any sincere wish to sleep with them. Intimacy and closeness, far from fostering deeper sexual desire, can be the very ingredients that destroy excitement. Whereas having only just recently met a person and not feeling too much for them can set up awkward yet compelling preconditions for wanting very badly to take them to bed. The conundrum is sometimes colloquially referred to as the Madonna-whore complex. It can sound offensive and reactionary phrased like this, as if the problem applied to only one gender and might at some level condone or even promote the very dynamic that it describes. And yet, the phrase circles something highly significant, always contemporary and of relevance to every gender. It might, for heterosexual women, be known as the saint-brute complex. It was Sigmund Freud who first drew attention to our difficulties connecting love with desire in an essay of 1912 titled On the Universal Tendency to Debasement in the Sphere of Love. Of many of his patients he wrote, "Where they love, they have no desire, and where they desire, they cannot love." In seeking to explain the division, Freud pointed to two facts connected to our upbringing. First, in childhood, we are generally brought up by people we love deeply, and yet towards whom we cannot express sexual feelings, frightened as we are by a strict incest taboo. And second, as adults, we tend to choose lovers who, in certain powerful, though unconscious ways, resemble those whom we loved most dearly as children. Together, these influences set up a devilish conundrum, whereby the more deeply we come to love someone outside of our family, the more strongly we are reminded of the intimacy of our early familial bonds, and hence the less free we instinctively are to express our sexual desires without fear or reservation. An incest taboo, originally designed to limit the genetic dangers of inbreeding, can thus succeed in inhibiting and eventually ruining our chances of enjoying intercourse with someone to whom we are not in the remotest way.
Woo, that man was cooking with some rare truffle oil, avocado oil, saffron oil. The voice of reason has come full circle on KBLA Talk 1580. How close is too close? How close is too close? Is your relationship in the Goldilocks zone where there's a perfect balance of distance, independence, and closeness, intimacy? Talk to me tonight. 1-800-920-1580. How can you communicate your need for more or less closeness in your current relationship? Call me. 1-800-920-1580. What role does trust play in determining the appropriate level of closeness or distance in your relationship? How can fear of intimacy impact the level of closeness and or distance in your relationships? Do you have any strategies for maintaining a healthy level of closeness or distance in your relationship? Come on, I got questions. Do you have answers? Let me get to the phone lines. Who's been on the longest? Reggie, Austin, Texas. Get in here.
Man, every time I think I know what I want to say, you play another clip, and it kind of throws me off, man. All right, the first clip was about the planets, and that kind of made sense to me. when you said that Earth is in the Goldilocks zone. That makes sense because Earth is always moving. So the Goldilocks zone isn't a fixed place. I mean, Earth continues to spin, it continues to move, and I think if we want to be in the Goldilocks zone in our relationships, we can't be stagnant either.
Ooh.
So it can't be a place that we continually stay. It's a place that we visit, but it's not a place that we continually dwell. And
I like that, Reggie.
I think that
like that, Reggie. I see, boy. Hey, I love that, Reggie. You flipped it on us. You said although Earth is in the Goldilocks zone, in relation to the sun, the Earth is yet still moving, and it is not a stagnant situation. Come on, Reggie.
Right.
Reggie.
It just makes sense.
Get in here, man.
But and I mean it makes sense because all right, a tailor-made suit is close to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a straitjacket is close to you as well.
Oh wow, here we go. Yeah.
So I need a suit. I don't need a straitjacket. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's that degree of extremity that kind of drives the life out of your relationship. And I don't want that degree of extremity because it's probably fueled by fear.
Come on.
And it's that fear that's acted out in the way that you want to be close to each other all the time. So close that I can't tell where I end and you begin. And that's the thing.
Or so far that I don't even know you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Those extremes that both work together. It just makes sense. That's where trust comes in. I need some distance in the relationship so that I see who I am and I see who you are.
Right.
And that's what attracted me to the woman that I love anyway.
So wait a minute, Reggie. You just brought something to me. So you're saying there are different intervals in an intimate relationship where you need a bird's eye view of your partner. Now, a bird's eye view is really far away. That's why the bird's eye is so keen. Its sight is so keen. You need a bird's eye view, and you can get that in distance. Is that what you're saying, Reggie?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You said it much better than I did. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
No, but that's what you inspired, brother. And now
real.
I got to ask you the $1 million question.
Okay.
What did you just do?
Man, come on. I just brought Austin in the building.
You brought Austin, Texas in the building. If you want to bring your city into this national conversation, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, I'm going to Oakland. My hometown is in the building. I'm going to Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm going to Dallas, Texas. Come on now. When we come forward, more from the callers.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward. Environmental justice, pollution, and climate. In Los Angeles and across America, people of color are suffering and dying from disproportionate health impacts on a planet that has less than 10 years to prevent irreversible damage. Heat illnesses, respiratory illnesses, water-related illnesses, food system impacts, insect-related diseases, black maternal health, and mental health effects. As the impacts of climate change mount, millions of vulnerable people, our people, are going to bear the brunt of these extreme environmental events, which will likely lead to forced displacement, loss of cultural identity, and other related risks. These realities are as real as rain. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details about the most progressive multimedia and live events campaign any black media outlet has ever undertaken to combat the climate catastrophe. Experts, events, empowerment. It's all on the way from unapologetically progressive KBLA Talk 1580. We don't black down. We level up.
Level up, 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 level up.
Now. We tend not to think about now. We dream about tomorrow, relive yesterday. But right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory. Learn more at v.org.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Is your eyesight changing?
I can't read this anymore.
Don't lose hope. People just like you are working every day using Braille, screen magnification, speech technology, and other tools and blindness skills. Your eyesight may have changed, but your goals, they don't have to. We can help. Visit us on the web at blind.org. The National Federation of the Blind. Live the life you want.
What is dedication?
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that my kids wouldn't have a father. And I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. I definitely had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. More. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Falsetto. Man, Michael Jackson, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Voice of Reason is on fire tonight. My playlist is always my co-host. So that was Give It Up by the Jacksons, man. Fire record. I know a lot of people ain't heard it in a long time, but I had to play it. And then, of course, we played a Troop record. I Want to Get Next to You. That was the first record right there from their final album on Atlantic Records. I think that was around 92 or 3. Great record. Not a very known record, but still a great record from a great R&B, 90s R&B group. Troop, man. So you already know my playlist is my co-host. We're having a great topic tonight, great discussion within intimate relationships. How close is too close? And we've got callers from all over the nation. So let's get these callers in here. We already know who's up next. Sean, Oakland, California. Get in here.
Hey, Brother Zoe. Well, first of all, I want to give a shout to Reggie, a caller earlier. I thought he was on point, with the Goldilocks thing. So I thought that was very interesting because, planet Earth, they say, is in the Goldilocks zone, right? But you got to remember, there's probably almost 1 billion other Goldilocks zones in our universe. Mm-hmm. So I just want people to have a bigger thought process like, yeah, we aren't the only ones. No, but I'm not don't ask me about aliens and all that. What I am saying is the universe is, hey, that's the X-Files, baby. I love that. So, yeah, but what I'm saying is in your relationships, right, the Goldilocks zone, is it, are you in one? I am right now, but I've been in and out of them. So that was kind of why I love what Reggie was saying because, look, if you're really in a serious relationship, like one that you think's either you're gonna get married, or how I am, like been married for 30 plus years. You're gonna go in and out of those zones, and you need to understand that it requires you to be present. It requires you to be mindful of the fact that you're going to go through all kinds of very difficult things in life, because it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter how much money you have, it doesn't matter your status, it doesn't matter any of that stuff that we all know, how many likes you have, how many followers you have. It matters of how do you use that time mindfully. Like Andy talking about the weekends with his loved one.
He's gonna say his boo. You can say his boo.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
his
Sean.
boo.
You can say that. Sean was about to stop himself. You know, when he was hanging out on the weekend with his boo. Go ahead, Sean. Say it.
Well, that's right. And you know what? That's smart. Because I'll tell you what, when I talk to people, get those date nights, get those date weekends if you have kids. Those are rare. But the whole thing is, are you mindful? Are you trying to, make those Goldilocks moments last? Or are you, because look, we're all going to have to deal with issues. We're all going to have to deal with struggle. We're all going to have to deal with hard times. But if you communicate to your better half that, hey, we're in this together. And by the way, it's going to sound like, idealistic. We on this planet Earth are all in this together.
That's right. Now, Sean, let me get. Where did my Chattanooga call go? Chattanooga, get back in here. All you got to do is call us 1-800-920-1580. But let me get this right, Sean. You're telling me that healthy relationships have an appreciation for their Goldilocks moments, where they found a balance. But then they also have a contingency plan for when they're outside of their Goldilocks zone. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I mean, a variation of that. I mean, the main thing is that you're not going to be in that beautiful moment all the time. There's no way. I mean, that's not real life. The real life is that you're going to have moments of success and happiness, and everyone's it's rolling, everything's going great. But if you bring that positive mojo into your house, even when the times kind of slip off because you have difficulties, that's the key. Everyone looks for the one rock, and I don't mean The Rock, although I love him. He grew up in Hayward at one point. I'm telling you, if you are the positive force when things go bad, everyone's going to look at you as a rock, and you got to lift it up towards that Goldilocks moment.
Man, I appreciate it. You know what you just did, right?
Absolutely, brother. Zoda Williams, bringing the entire country and the world into the building.
Hey, man, we appreciate it. Oakland, California is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, please call me at 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, oh, no, I'm good. I got time. Hey, Truemonger, Dallas, Texas has made an appearance. Get in here.
Yes, sir.
What's up, good brother? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I think it's a good topic. Definitely one I don't think a lot of people talk about. I think that, like Sean and I think Reggie also brought this up, there needs to be a balance. Sometimes if you force it, either one is not going to work out too well. If you try to force yourself to be too close and not let it happen organically, it's going to cause an issue. And if you constantly push your partner away, always trying to keep distance is going to be a problem. You need to find some sort of even level playing field to where you can afford each other both when it's needed.
Right.
Have those close moments, and when each partner needs distance, allow them to have it. Because everybody needs it. We need both, to be honest with you. But it's like people don't want to respect either one. It's like, if your partner wants to be close, but you may be going through something, you might not be feeling the same way. They think it's an issue with them. And it's not necessarily that. You just may be going through something. That's where the communication comes in. But even with that, your partner still might feel a type of way about it. All you can do is your partner and explain it as clear as you can. And then where the next day brings, you try to work it out then.
So true.
It's always going to be, yeah.
Can answer me this question, because you asked it in the chat really quickly. Which is worse, a clingy man or a clingy woman in a relationship? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I can only speak from my perspective. I think if your woman is real clingy, that's not going to be good long term. That's going to make you want to search outside of that, because it's going to eventually get on your nerves. And if you have to, especially if you have to keep explaining it to her, and it doesn't sink in, and she keeps trying to force it, it's going to make you want to explore other options, which won't be good for either one of you. But I'm sure women feel the same way when it comes to a clingy man.
Right.
I think both of them are unnatural, in my opinion. But I think they're trying to find that, trying to fill a void somehow. Or maybe they didn't get the attention they needed when they were younger or whatever. So they try to force it onto their partner.
Okay, I got it. Hey, True. What did you just do, man?
Just brought D-Town in the building.
D-Town? I thought that was... Oh, that is Dallas. The Big D, right? It's not Detroit. Okay, cool. Dallas is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call us at 1-800-920-1580. Get at me, get at me, get at me. Listen, this relationship stuff is not as easy as many people want to make it out to be. Like, we ask to be in relationships. We want to be in relationships. But I ask the question now, how much work have you put into self, right? And relationships, in my opinion, in my estimation, are about consistent self-adjustments. You're consistently adjusting. You're consistently learning and changing, and you have to make self-adjustments. Oftentimes, we're too focused on our partner's changes, and we lose sight of the work that we're supposed to be doing. Consistent self-changing. Listen, when I come forward, I'm going back to the phone lines. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know the deal. 1-800-920-1580.